Why would you spend hundreds of dollars on a smoke alarm when most cost you less than $30? One reason may be fear. 3 years ago, the ABC 15 investigators went undercover to see one company's sales tactics firsthand. Well, tonight, investigator Joe Ducey is back to see if it's still happening and how one of those alarms responds in our test against others that cost much less.
You're with Phoenix firefighters. It's an unofficial test to see which smoke alarm gives first warning.
This one, number one.
Among them, a $6 alarm and one that costs more than $300. If you believe this man, the more expensive alarm is the best.
4 days later, they had a fire. They both died.
His name is Jason. He sells them at seminars around the valley. We're undercover at this one in Sun City. We did the same thing 3 years ago involving a different salesperson after a complaint about how the same company's alarms were being sold in the valley. The smoke alarms are made by MasterGuard, a Dallas company selling fire prevention equipment for 40 years.
2 fatally injured.
Here, the salesperson did talk about general fire safety advice.
6 perished in that home fire.
And understandably needs to talk about what happens in fires.
She's burned all over her face and arms.
But the talk of death seemed to go on.
They lost their parents and a sibling.
And on.
And then they died.
I think he's personally trying to scare seniors.
Dave Scott is a senior who lives in Sun City and was with us at the seminar.
You don't have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and telling 15 different stories about how people died in a fire or were burnt badly.
As for price, it isn't talked about at the seminar. That's done in the home.
If you're not going to have a fire, I say stay with what you got.
In this case, it's Dave's house, where we're watching through hidden cameras, and where the salesman tells Dave how MasterGuard alarms are fast.
The biggest thing here is speed.
Finally, Dave gets the price for 5 AC MasterGuard smoke alarms with battery backup and 3 heat sensors, 8 units in all.
Bottom line would be what then? Oh, it would be probably about $3,000.
That's with a discount, an average of $375 for each device. MasterGuard claims its alarms are commercial grade and come with professional installation, long warranties. They also claim the dealer will return as requested at no additional charge to assist the homeowner.
There's a lot of money to spend on.
Is there a number you had in mind that's comfortable? I mean, this isn't a car deal.
The salesman also threw in a fire extinguisher, and he only lowers the price after removing some units from the deal. Did you ever spend that?
Of course not. I'm happy with the $25 alarm I have on the ceiling right now.
And there's something Jason doesn't know about Dave.
This was my engine.
He says he was a volunteer firefighter in Long Island and a Valley fire inspector. Did you have to bite your tongue a few times?
It's still bleeding, I think.
Since the salesman says alarm warning speed is so important, we wanted to know how a MasterGuard alarm would stack up against much cheaper store-bought alarms.
And then you just jump into the boots.
I put on fire gear to find out.
That's the testing mode. It's telling us that this is a functioning alarm.
In our unscientific test, Phoenix Fire Deputy Chief Frank Solomon also says speed is important. He puts new batteries in 6 alarms, places them at the same level where he advises smoke alarms be placed in homes.
Obviously, he's going to go up to the ceiling and going to start banking down.
Solomon starts the fire.
Starting now.
And we watched how long it took for the alarms to sound.
Here we go. This one, number one.
The first alarm that sounds off, our least expensive alarm at just $6. 4 others sound just seconds after that, none costing more than $50. But the MasterGuard alarm
has not gone off.
To make sure, Chief Solomon holds it to his ear. It sounds more than a minute after the first alarm. MasterGuard called our test invalid, saying most deadly fires in the home are slow, smoldering fires, and that their alarm provides substantially faster warning of smoldering fires than others.
It was a fair test.
Yeah, absolutely.
Solomon says all alarms, including MasterGuard, sounded while there was still visibility in the room and the fire wasn't raging yet. But he was surprised not only did the $6 alarm sound first, it was right next to the $300 plus MasterGuard that sounded last.
That's a big price difference. You have to wonder what else do you get with paying that kind of money.
Hey, Jason. Joe Ducey with ABC 15.
We wanted Jason to know our results.
People are talking about being overcharged for these things.
In a statement to the investigators, Mastercard says Jason is an independent contractor, does not work for the company. They anticipate he made an entirely accurate presentation, but if not, appropriate action will be taken. In a statement to us, Mastercard says its alarms are superior to those sold in retail box stores. Now, some communities offer free or discounted smoke alarm installation services. Go to abc15.com to the News tab and Investigations for a list. I'm investigator Joe Ducey, ABC 15 News.